Hey everyone, this is Charmaine from Fantastic Crafts. I hope all of you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know it was a long weekend, so hope you guys all had a wonderful one. Today I'm going to be making a card that my friend from Ladybug Stampin and I she created the card. I kind of asked the question whether Stampin' Up! Inks are alcohol friendly. And so she tested it out with a beautiful stamp set, and I tried to recreate that same card that she created. And so I'll link her video in my description. So I would really appreciate if you went and checked her card out because it is gorgeous. So we kind of both did a recreation of this card that she had created. So I started with this stamp set, and this stamp set is a retired stamp set. It's a vintage leaves, but maybe some of you have it, or you can do it with a different kind of stamp set. It really doesn't matter. It's the technique, and it's all the same principle of how this works. So this is an early espresso ink pad from Stampin' Up. And then I just used I used Spectrum Noir, but you can use any kind of alcohol markers, and I just really quickly scribbled on the color, and as you can see I missed some spots, so I was doing it very quickly just to give that color, just to have color on those leaves. And I wanted it to be fall colors because fall is approaching us. I know not as quickly as some of us want it to, but it is coming to us, knocking on our door. It's almost there. So I finished coloring all those leaves, and once I was done with that, I did one of my favorite parts of making any cards, and that is inking the edges. I really think it highlights the images in the center, and I just love how it looks. So once I was done with that, I wanted more red in this card, and Denise also use a little bit more red in her card, so I really wanted to replicate that. So I took one of these stamp sets. Once again, I stamped it out onto Nina cardstock. I colored it, and then I used my Big Shot to die cut them out. One thing I did forget to mention is I did use a ribbon to cover that center part. You can use tulle, you can use ribbon, you can use twine, anything you have, or just not use it at all. But I really wanted to use those because Denise had done it as well, and I really liked how it looked. So here's me stamping those other leaves. I kind of went around looking for the best kind of leaf, and then stamp those out. I used that same technique to stamp the leaf image out with the early espresso ink, and then I went with a Copic or any kind of alcohol marker. I use Spectrum. I do have a few Copics, but not as much as I know a lot of you have. So I just used that Spectrum Noir alcohol marker once again, and I went with a little more red of a color, and colored those leaves in. And like I mentioned before, I just used my Big Shot to die cut those images out. Once I was done die cutting those out, I just kind of made a little bundle of leaves, and I wanted to glue it right onto that little panel I had of ribbon. So I glued that right on, and then I wanted to put a sentiment where the stems of those leaves would be, and I really wanted to use the sentiment "Truly Grateful" because I think fall is all about being grateful. I mean, it should be all about grateful all the time, but Thanksgiving and being grateful. So I figured that it would be a perfect card for around that time. So here's the finished look of this card. I think it's a really gorgeous card, and as you can see, I didn't color every single spot of my leaves, and there are some spots I missed and that's okay because cards are handmade, and they're not meant to be perfect. You can make it perfect, but they don't have to be perfect. So I really hope you enjoyed my card, and make sure you go and see Denise's video because she also made this gorgeous card, and it is gorgeous. I will have to say I loved it, and so much that I wanted to recreate it. So I'll have her link to her video in my description box below, so make sure you check that out. if you like this video, make sure to thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of these kind of collaboration videos, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you get notified every time I create a new video. Until next time, everybody. Bye.